how much damage has actually accumulated. But, towards the end, I remember seeing how swelled up his eyes were. And yeah, that big knee definitely took the spirit, that he had left.
People that losing is not the end, losing is a lesson. Tonight I learned.
He was on his stool with his team calling for the doctor, saying that he could not see out of his right eye. If you can't see out of your eye, it's pretty simple. The doctor's going to come in, they're going to evaluate you, and if you're telling...
Being reported is that he had 2 broken orbital bones and a broken nose. So both his eyes were broken and his nose was...
One fight changed everything, but those clips only tell part of the story. What happened after the final bell has sparked even more discussion. Since then, Ilia Topuria's doctor has shared an important update on his recovery. Joe Rogan has given his reaction, and several UFC fighters have offered their views on what unfolded inside the octagon. While some believe Topuria is recovering faster than expected, others remain concerned about his long-term future. So, is his comeback closer than fans think? Let's take a look at everything we know.
Saying I'm juiced, what a compliment. People saying I got bricks in my fucking gloves, what a compliment.
Do you see the picture of the image? There's like rocks in his hands.
What a compliment.
Have they not watched any of his fights?
As ambitious as you are, you can never make everybody happy.
No.
That's why it's hard to be a champion.
Which sucks.
The pressure.
You know for a fact, you do not ever as a fighter say, I cannot see. It's over.
Right.
And he was counting on that. He said he had already stated it. He didn't need to say it again. I stopped him twice. That night. There's no...
Despite his victory, Justin Gaethje made it clear that Ilia Topuria remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. However, it was another remark that drew the most attention. His claim that he had already stopped Topuria twice during the fight. That statement immediately reignited debate, with many fans questioning whether the damage had become too severe long before the official stoppage.
I said I think Justin's going to win.
Really?
And I think a lot of people thought I was saying it just because he beat me. Know what I mean? Which, to be honest, that might have played a part in it. Know what I mean? The fact I hate Ilia and the fact that Justin beat me and I like Justin, that might have played a part in the fact. But I was saying to people before it, Gaethje gets you into that dogfight, drags you into it. Know what I mean? And Ilia's never had that. Ilia's never had to come back from adversity. Ilia's only ever been the hammer. He's never been the nail. Know what I mean? That's why after that fight with Justin that I knew I could come back stronger and better because I've done it before. I don't think Ilia Topuria ever comes back the same. His whole mantra, his whole ego, know what I mean? His is I'm undefeated, no one can beat me. Having celebrations the night before the fight. I just don't think he'll ever be the same. He's never had to come back from nothing like that. I've had to face adversity before.
Demetrius Johnson believes the biggest challenge for Ilia Topuria isn't the loss itself. It's how he responds to it. In his view, UFC 329 was the first time Topuria faced true adversity after years of controlling fights and breaking down opponents. Justin Gaethje refused to be overwhelmed, survived the toughest moments, and pushed Topuria into unfamiliar territory, both physically and mentally. Now, the real question isn't whether Topuria still has elite talent, but whether he can rebuild his confidence and return with the same fearless mindset that made him a champion.
And we haven't gotten an update, nor are we owed one, but generally we will get an update. Was that just bruising, or was there fractures? Was there orbital fractures? Because that's the game changer. That's where you're taking, instead of 2 weeks, you're taking 8 months. Eyes are a sensitive topic. You only get one pair. Unfortunately, they have not figured out how to give you new ones. Eyes are different. Orbital and fracture and orbital fracture, if that is in case what we're dealing with. I do like the sooner rather than later, but I don't have enough information based on those injuries. If those were surface injuries or if there's something a little bit deeper to that.
Chael Sonnen isn't focused on title fights or immediate rematches. Instead, he's concerned about the injury that could have the biggest impact on Ilia Topuria's future. While cuts and swelling eventually heal, damage around the orbital bone can require a much longer recovery and may raise concerns about a fighter's long-term health. That's why many fighters and analysts believe patience is the best approach. Before discussing revenge, another title run, or a rematch with Justin Gaethje, They believe the most important question is whether Topuria has fully recovered and is truly ready to compete again.
Same fighter. He's undefeated. He got beaten badly. He pushed Justin Gaethje. He let his emotions get in the way a little bit. However, when you lose a fight like that, you know, you've been beaten. Like Prince Nazim Hamed. I mean, he was destroying everyone and he lost one fight. And he was never the same again, right?
Yeah.
Now you know you can be beaten. There's that doubt in there. Who knows? Maybe he comes back and he's a better version of himself. Yeah. But we don't know.
Michael Bisping understands better than most how a crushing defeat can affect a fighter's mindset. Once that sense of invincibility is gone, doubts can begin to creep in. Some champions use those setbacks to come back stronger, while others never fully regain their previous form. That's why the latest update from someone close to Ilia Topuria has made his comeback story even more intriguing.
No, bro, that's my friend. God,
Your
bro.
friend Arman talking shit about my friend.
Who?
Ilia. Let's talk about this shit.
Should I call Arman?
No, don't call Arman.
You don't like Arman?
No, bro, he's a good fighter, but he talks shit about my friend, so I feel like about Arman, you know, I'm heartbroken.
Bro, Arman likes you.
All these people talking shit about Ilia, like they say crazy things, everybody broke my heart. Last 2 weeks, bro, I haven't slept, promise.
Because of the fight?
Because of the fight.
What do you think went wrong?
Ilia was blind. After second round, he was blind, both eyes. He dominated first round, Ilia. Bro!
What?
Justin Gaethje did punch him like this.
Why are you doing it to me?
Like one finger like this.
Bro, it's accident, bro. Bro, Arman is up next in line.
No,
Arman's been waiting for his opportunity, bro.
Can wrestle. Maybe Arman can come.
Merab's comments offer a different perspective because they come from someone who understands the mindset of elite fighters under pressure. In his view, Ilia Topuria wasn't simply fading as the fight went on. He was battling through serious vision problems while trying to stay in the contest. If that's true, it changes how many people see the closing rounds. Instead of questioning his toughness, it highlights his determination to keep fighting despite a major physical disadvantage. Even so, Justin Gaethje never eased the pressure, continuing his relentless attack until the very end.
In there, you're not really focusing on their face and how much damage it has actually accumulated. But, you know, towards the end, I remember seeing how swelled up his eyes were. And yeah, that big knee definitely took the spirit, you know, that he had left. He's so skilled. It's just such he's going to have a very big challenge, you know, mentally and emotionally when it comes to, you know, coming back and performing. But his skill level is second to none when it comes to his ability to, you know, pick his shots. And, you know, he's still one of the best. He just needs to understand that this is a crazy game. Anything can happen. And
what makes Justin Gaethje's reaction stand out is the respect behind his words. He acknowledged Ilia Topuria's skill and admitted that recovering from a defeat like this is as much a mental challenge as it is a physical one. Having built his own career on overcoming adversity, Gaethje understands that talent alone isn't enough after a setback of this magnitude. The real test is rebuilding confidence, trusting your instincts again, and stepping back into the octagon without hesitation.
I haven't made a choice. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens in that fight. Max definitely knocked me out, but I feel like I got that win back with the Ilia Topuria fight. I would love, you know, as I've stated hundreds of times publicly, I would love to punch Conor McGregor in the face. So, yeah, I'm excited about that fight. I'm excited to be there and watch it.
Yeah, bro, like he's one of the only guys that you haven't had a chance to punch in the face.
Exactly. I mean, there's no doubt he's the biggest superstar in the sport, and so fighting a guy like that, you know, obviously does great things for me financially, and you know, for my legendary status and stuff like that.
While Justin Gaethje is already focused on the next stage of his career, the conversation around Ilia Topuria has taken a different direction. One fighter is discussing future opponents, major matchups, and legacy-defining opportunities, while the other is recovering from one of the
reported is that he had 2 broken orbital bones and a broken nose. So both his eyes were broken and his nose was broken.
Like he quit?
Of course he did. They should stop him on the 3rd round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see, but he wanted to fight because he's a warrior, you know. But like round number 4, his brother said, no, that's enough. That's the right decision, you know, because when you have a one eye, it's so difficult to fight.
I was a little bit surprised. Also, I know that Gaethje He's a hell of a fighter. If I were him, what else does he want to accomplish? He did it all.
What do you think is next for Ilia?
Ilia is an unbelievable fighter. It's sometimes just not your night. If he fights again, we will probably regain the title. He put too much energy, tried to finish Justin, and when
he didn't get it, I think that really screwed him up. He was expecting to go in there and do what he normally does, knock guys out.
Some of these small guys, they're delusional. They have false confidence because they're hiding behind a weight class.
Were you surprised that Topuria ended up losing?
Topuria, in my eyes, was the best UFC fighter right now, but Topuria makes the mistake of he trains a little too hard. I knew if Gaethje could withstand the storm, he had unorthodox things that he was doing. Gaethje would dip and then grab that uppercut and hit him with the uppercut because, I mean, he's been in those types of fights.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. You know for a fact, you do not ever as a fighter say, I cannot see. He wanted out. Before this, he was a guy that you couldn't get through.
Do you think Ilia's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one. His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Paddy.
I wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
When you're thinking about competing, who do you think?
Toughest nights of his career. That's the unforgiving nature of MMA. Everything can change after a single fight. Even so, many people within the sport still believe Topuria remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the world. And one former title contender explains exactly why.